Welcome back. This is Arise News. You're watching the morning show with me, Biola Labi. My next guest, Maje Ayida, is a fitness and wellness coach and the CEO of Eden Lifestyle. Today, he'll be telling us and showing us just how to get back in shape, stay in shape, and shake up our workout routines. Welcome to the show.
Good morning.
Hi. So it's 6 months ago that you were here, telling us how to get into shape for our New Year's resolutions.
Yeah.
Lots has happened.
Wow, yes. I mean, a lot of people have perhaps fallen off the New Year resolution.
Fallen off the bandwagon.
Exactly.
We tried.
Exactly.
But, this is great. We're excited to get a nice big jolt to our workout. But before then, I wanted to talk a little bit about just the positive effects of workout and how sometimes we forget. I'll give you an example. Like every time I want to work out, I'm like, oh no.
And then when I do it,
I'm like, oh, this feels great.
Exactly.
Why don't I do this more?
Yeah.
But then it doesn't happen.
I know. There's no such thing as a bad workout, to be honest. It happens to me as well. Honestly, there are days I know I don't feel like it, but I always know what I'm going to feel like at the end. I always feel good when I finish my workout.
I always forget, though.
I know. It's easy to forget. And look, it's true. You start your day, you start making excuses straight away.
Yes.
You wake up in the morning, you're already thinking about that workout.
Yes.
And you're thinking, oh, I might not make it today. Oh, that meeting I have, and so on. You're already making your excuses. But I think it's important to always remind yourself that you are going to feel great at the end of this. It's going to feel amazing. So drag yourself there. Go get it done.
I have another question for you. The last 2 weeks on the Sunday show, we've actually talked about mental health, which is a topic that is very topical right now and top of mind. In both shows, one of the things that was recommended was exercise.
Yes.
And that's because of the exercise effect on the brain. How do you work with clients to get them to understand the benefits of exercise besides just looking great?
Okay, mental health it's become very important as part of my own personal philosophy and what I teach to clients as well. It's not hard to teach the benefits to your mental health. You just show it. One of the things that I always do at the end of the workouts that we have, I ask clients what they were thinking about during the workouts. And 95% of the time, it's nothing. It's usually just, how long is this workout going to be for? Oh my God, my arms are killing me. I think I might die here. So those are the kind of thoughts that are going through people's heads. But it's everything but their problems. They're not thinking about where they need to be. They're not thinking about where they've been, future or past, which is usually where stress and anxiety lies. It's in thoughts of, what you've got coming in front of you, or what you've been through, or things that are going on in your life. So it becomes a very therapeutic act, actually working out. You end up in you end up in some form of therapy because you are very present. And the whole basis of mindfulness in mental health is being present in the moment. When people are meditating, they ask you to focus on things like your breathing and your heartbeat and the feel of air entering your lungs. Being present and being mindful of what's going on around you. Okay, it's something that really centers you, and I think these are the things that happen when people exercise. It's not a widely known thing.
It increases also the amount of dopamine that you produce, which
absolutely. I mean, that's nature's high.
Yes.
You come out in a state of euphoria usually because of the endorphins and the dopamine and stuff. But that's fine. Everyone knows that. But
you don't feel that. You feel that great, but a couple of days later, not so.
Oh yeah. Well, when you can't walk, and you're cursing your trainer, it's like, where are those endorphins you talked about? I'm still, they've gone. So it's that's the hormonal side of things. I think it's great, but how that affects you mentally as well. It's scientifically proven that it affects your brain when you exercise. Your cognitive responses just shoot up. You're retaining information better. You're thinking clearer. You become a lot more creative. Problem solving, things like that. It's been tested in labs with people, and it actually works. You do end up thinking a lot clearer when you exercise. If you've ever had any real decisions you're trying to make, after a good solid workout, you might find your creative process a little better. So there's the mental benefits. And You know, when you're treating things like depression,
Yes.
you know, real dangerous conditions in mental health, one of the first things they will use is exercise. You make that a regular part of your life. You know, it's about being consistent with your exercise. It's not just one-off here. It's not like,
Sure.
oh, I'm going to go. It's a long-term effect. You know, if you're looking for short-term gain, then it might be a bit more difficult. You understand? It's something that you just got to incorporate into a lifestyle. We always stress that. People hear it all the time. Make it a part of your lifestyle, but you really do have to. It's got to be as consistent as eating.
So I feel like there's so much more, either is it that we're responding to stress differently, or there are more stressors in the world that now require us to really actively and consciously incorporate exercise into everything we do?
I think what you're seeing around the world now is the effects of poor mental health. You know, it's now becoming more apparent. You know, it's in the U.S. You're hearing of all these school shootings and stuff. Mental health disorders become a real thing. Out here in Nigeria, you're seeing a lot more incidents now.
Incidents of suicide, incidents of violence against each
violence,
other.
Domestic violence.
Huge frustrations.
From, you know, from relationship violence, employee to domestic staff.
Yes.
You know, you hear of all sorts of things going on, and it's not like something new is happening. I think now we're just now seeing the effects of poor mental health, and it's something that we have to pay attention to. The whole stigma behind mental health has to stop.
Sure.
You know, because I don't think it's something that we've really taken seriously. You know, we are a very strong religious-based country. You know, so things like therapy and counseling and stuff are generally frowned upon. I know that we offer a counseling service to corporates, but we have to call it coaching. Otherwise, people will not take up the service. So it's something that I think now the conversation is beginning to happen. People are beginning to realize that, look, you know, this is actually something that we have to look at because it's affecting people around us. And the whole basis of mental health is about the way you process information.
Yep.
So your stress is not going to change. We're not going to take the stress away from you.
Your
We're going to take the
response
problems,
to it
but it's how you respond. That is the sweet spot. That's where everything changes. That's where you dictate your life. That's where self-mastery comes in, and you take charge of your own life. You take charge of the way you think and understand that emotions are not controlling you, but you are in control of your emotions.
So we're going to shift gears a little bit. I mean, you've just seen our Pilates experience that we had last week. We went to the Pilates studio.
That looked really good.
Yes.
She's amazing, honestly.
It's exciting. I definitely, it's something I definitely want to do again.
You should.
But one of the things that I loved about it was really the emphasis on the core. And I know that you, I mean, last time you were here, you talked about that. How does developing the core actually help us as part of our workout? Like, what is it? I mean, I know posture, there's so many things, but I really want people at home to understand that.
One thing you'll notice with people is usually when people complain of lower back pain, it's usually as a result of having a weaker core. You strengthen your core, you start to counter the back pain. So your core is is a functional muscle. And it's central to everything you do. That's why it's called your core. From sitting down to standing up.
Where is the core muscle?
It's your abdominal muscles.
So the abdominal muscles.
Yes,
so like from here to here.
Yes,
like,
exactly.
You know,
So you have muscles all the way down to your lower abs, okay? So
if you have a belly fat, like if you have belly fat, so that we already know that you've got a weak core.
Yeah.
Or if you have a strong core and still have some fat.
Okay, we all have abs, but if you're covered in a layer of fat, then chances are you do not have a strong core. You have to work that core. But
some people say they have a six-pack
underneath.
Yes.
In there somewhere.
Yeah,
we all have a six-pack. That's the thing. We all have this, but you know, the fat is what you have to reveal the abs, and the only way to do that is to burn that fat off. And the only way to do that is to exercise. I'm sorry, but yes, there are all sorts of cheat methods and stuff like that. There are ways around it.
What are these cheat methods?
No, cheating.
Cheat methods. Tell me about these cheat methods.
Oh, surgery?
No. Okay. I didn't know you were going to go that drastic.
Crash.
I thought you were going to tell me some
diets.
quick things.
No, things like that. But you know, there's just no way around the actual work. You have to do the work because your core is responsible for everything that you do, movement-wise.
So people that are falling off the wagon, they're watching you. They're like, yeah, it's easy for him to say. He does does this for a living. I mean, how do you get them excited? I mean, I dressed because they told me that you were going to be you're going to be showing us things,
Yes,
and I needed to be prepared. So for people at home, make sure you're dressed as well.
Yes, exactly.
And you know, but how do you get people excited again about exercise? I mean, 6 months have gone by, they haven't seen any results, and they're kind of feeling a little unmotivated.
Well, you know, first of all, it's something I don't think you really need to tell people. People guilt themselves enough. You know,
yeah,
they feel bad enough.
Yes.
You know, because you see your friends working out, you see people on social media posting their gym selfies, and every single time, you know, self-loathing kicks in, and you start to think, oh God, I haven't worked out this week. Oh my God, and it reflects in how you feel. And if you have worked out in the year, you will know that you felt great when you were working out. You usually feel at your best when you're exercising regularly. So it's about tapping into that feeling, reminding yourself where you were.
Okay.
What people are afraid of is the work. Okay, and again, I think it's about training.
As I can be honest, if I can be honest, I'm already afraid. Like I see these mats, I see you, I'm like,
look,
I'm like, let's talk some more.
You can't get around the work part of it, but you know, isn't that what life is about? You have
about work.
It's about work. You've got to put in the work in your professional life, in your home life, in your relationships, and in your exercise. So you can't get around it. You have to do the work. But I think if you change the way you think about it.
Let's say I only have 5 minutes a day. Is that enough?
5 minutes a day to exercise?
Yes.
Oh yeah, if you have 3 minutes, you make it work for you.
Okay, so, because sometimes too, it's like the time that's intimidating.
People think about the time, like, oh God, I don't have an hour and a half to dedicate to workout. But you know what? What we'll show you here today is a 15-minute workout that you can do in your bedroom. That's the whole point of bodyweight exercises. You don't need to go to gyms, and you don't need to spend a ton of money. You don't need to sit in traffic. You can do it at home before you even go anywhere in the morning. Okay,
that's also another thing. Thank you for mentioning that. People are like, you know, I don't have money for a gym. I don't have all these things. But you were saying that bodyweight exercise. So this means you don't have to buy anything.
You don't need anything. If you've got a bottle of water at home, you have dumbbells. You could fill it up with water. You could fill it up with sand. But you know, it'll give you some resistance, and you can work with that as dumbbells. Go on YouTube, research bodyweight exercises or dumbbell workouts. Okay. And there are, you know, there's a whole wealth of information out there and workouts that you can follow. Okay. Or you can follow me on social media. Okay.
You know? Where can they follow you? Because I know you do a lot of exercises.
Yes. You can follow us at the HIIT Squad. At HIIT Squad, HIIT Squad NG.
Okay.
Yeah. HIIT Squad NG. You can follow us there. You know, we've got workouts that you can use at home. So train yourself to wake up in the morning before you do anything. Do your exercise, so you don't make excuses for the rest of the day.
So do you think that the body processes exercise differently in the morning or at night, or is it just more of a mental thing? Okay, it doesn't matter.
I think that is really just about people and excuses. Okay. Because as the day goes on, you know, your timetable fills up and things happen, and you get burnt out during the day, and you really just don't feel like it. Sometimes you just want to collapse on your couch. And people don't realize that actually exercise, even though it might seem like it'll tire you out, energizes you. You know what I mean? So it actually has an opposite effect. But I would still recommend get it done in the morning. Wake up. You know, it changes your whole day. And if you are consistent, it'll change your whole life. It's that simple. Anyone that exercises will tell you that.
Have you ever gone through a period where you didn't exercise?
Yeah.
So what happened to you then? Like how did you get out of it?
Okay, well, I've always enjoyed sports.
Okay.
Not the armchair variation of watching. I like playing. I'm not a couch critic, you know. I like to play sports and stuff like that.
And you grew up playing sports.
I grew up playing sports. So I like to feel strong and I like to be active, you know. So I start to feel bad when I'm not active. So yes, it's happened where I've gone through periods where I haven't been exercising, but I start to feel so terrible about it that I don't need motivation. You know, I think motivation is overrated, personally, you know. I think it's something that you know is important. Everyone is mindful enough to know that you have to be doing this. It is about how you prioritize. Treat it as one of the most important things in your schedule. If someone asks you to come and pick up a check, you will always make time, won't you?
I find time to pick up a check.
So this is yes. All right. You know, imagine you know, you are paying yourself.
All right.
All right.
So, all right, let's see what you have in stock for us.
Let's get to work.
Also, too, I wanted to talk about people with injuries.
Yes.
So when someone has an injury, people always use that as an excuse. How do you work out when injured, and how do you work around being injured?
Again, depending on the type of injury that you have, you could work out different body parts.
Okay.
If you have an ankle injury, if you have a knee injury, then you could do...
I hear knee injury a lot.
Yeah, it happens. It's regular because, that's what you're putting the most strain on. It's taking your body weight.
Yes.
You're moving around a lot, climbing steps, getting up, sitting down. So I think that you work around it by working other body parts.
Okay.
You also do low impact exercises as well.
Okay.
So if you have knee injuries, then you should not be trying to do moves that involve jumping.
Okay.
I had a knee injury once. I broke my knee actually playing rugby. Not pretty.
That sounds
But the
painful.
doctor advised me not to do squats.
Okay.
And it affected my other sports, like basketball. But what I did was the opposite. I started to do squats every day. And it actually made my knees a lot stronger. So, yes, there's a lot of, one-size-fits-all research information out there, but just listen to your body. Everything else has to be
customized to you.
Listen to your body and understand what works for you specifically. Okay?
All right, let's see what you have in store. So people at home, get ready for this. I came prepared. I'm sure you're prepared by now. And let's see what Maje is going to teach us.
Okay.
Take it easy on us.
We will.
We're going with you.
We'll take it slow.
All right. So what are we going to start with?
Okay. So I'll just get next to you here. And I'm going to show you basically a series of bodyweight exercises that you can do at home.
Okay.
All right. And I always like to do a combination of cardio and strength.
Okay.
So that you're burning that fat, but you're also working on your muscle strength as well.
Okay.
Okay, resistance training is very important. Cardio and strength.
Okay.
And again, combination of upper body and lower body workouts as well. Okay. So I'll start with one of my favorite cardio workouts, which is high knees, which is basically running on the spot.
Okay.
Okay. Now there are modified version of it as well. So running on the spot is basically just like, almost like you're marching, lifting your knees. That's easy enough, right?
You can do this in the office during the day, like,
Absolutely.
You're on the phone with someone they don't know.
Exactly, but as with every exercise, you can raise the intensity levels.
All right.
Okay, so you can take that into a little jog. Good. Get those knees up.
Okay.
Now what you're doing...
My backpack is acted up.
I understand.
I'll use that as an excuse.
You can all see there, but the fact that you're lifting up your knees to waist height, you're engaging your core.
Okay.
So with every exercise, you're basically engaging your core. That's the whole point, okay? Raise that intensity each time. Every exercise you do is just for 30 seconds.
Okay,
do that for 30 seconds, or 40 seconds, or 50 seconds, okay? It's up to you, but keep it short, because we do interval training. Take a 30-second break.
So we're taking this is our 30-second break?
This is our 30-second break.
All right.
And then you repeat each exercise about 3 or 4 times, depending on the time that you have.
All right.
Okay, so that was exercise number 1.
Okay.
Recap, okay? We're running on the spot. That was it. Just like that. Okay, and that is a modified variation for maybe you might have an injury and you want to take it slow.
Okay, if you have an injury, just take it slow.
Either way, it's going to get your heart rate up.
Okay.
Okay, second exercise number 2.
Exercise number 2.
We're going to work on that core because we've talked about it.
Okay.
And we're going to do a plank.
All right.
Okay,
plank.
so basically, you walk down into a plank position. There are 2 options.
Okay.
You can be in a full plank, or you can get down into an elbow plank.
Okay.
Okay.
How's posture here?
Okay, now.
How form, I guess.
Moving on to the form section.
Okay.
Okay, so a lot of people can make the mistake of sagging when they're in a plank position, which is where they let their midsection kind of droop down, shoulders are hunched, not a good position. You got to get nice and strong.
Okay.
Shoulders nice and strong, okay? Core engaged. This is actually good form, but the best form, which is very current, is to push your upper back like you're trying to push that into the sky.
I'm not sure I'm going to get that far, but we'll
stay nice and strong
here.
in that position. Keep that core engaged, and you stay in this position. You should be able to hold a plank for a good minute.
I think we've been here a minute.
Okay, you feel
I've been here a minute.
Okay, good. And like I said, you can get down and do the same thing on your elbows. Now, if you want to add a little intensity to that, you can actually add knee lifts. Just like that.
Okay.
Okay, good. Walk back up again.
Oh. All right.
Nice. That was exercise number 2.
Okay, you got to show us 2 more before we go. So let's go, let's go.
Okay, let's go. Mountain climbers.
All right.
We like mountain climbers. Let's get back down. Walk down.
Walk down
Plank position
again.
This time, you're bringing your knees up, just like this. Okay? Now we raise that intensity on the mountain climbers.
All right.
And you start to run. Keep your hands directly below your shoulders. Always stay aligned, okay?
All right.
Just like that. Those are mountain climbers. Great exercise, complete workout. Okay?
We come back up
again.
All right.
Yes.
This is exercise number 4.
Now we move to the lower body, and we're gonna do some squats.
All right, so we're gonna do some squats.
Work on those, we'll work on the body part that a lot of people like. Get your feet shoulder width apart.
Okay.
Okay, and basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna squat straight down and back up. Again, all right? Feet shoulder width apart. Keep them firmly planted on the ground.
All right.
Squat straight down and up again.
Okay.
All right? Now we want to raise that intensity as always, so we add some pulses to that. So you're going to do 3 pulses down and get back up. I'll show you, don't worry.
All right, guys, we're going to continue to do our pulses and our exercise.
1,
but this brings us to the end of the morning show. I want to say thank you to my guests for being here, and thank you for watching at home. Keep exercising, stay fit. I'm Biola Alabi. Thanks for watching.